phone in airplane mode. I'm gonna open my notes tab. Okay, I like that. Did you highlight that? That's cool. How'd you do that?
That's why I FaceTimed you, and then I was like, oh, I have something to say that I didn't want to be on the podcast, and then I forgot it. I don't know. I just saw you were updating the notes on my laptop. It like popped up.
Oh, cute. It's recording now, yes?
Yeah, it's recording.
Okay, sweet.
Can you hear me good?
Yes, I hear you perfect. Much better.
Yay. Because like, okay, sometimes, well, my audio was bad from AirPods, but like your voice waves are so much bigger than mine on like my,
Oh yeah, I'm looking at it too. I'm looking
it
at
like makes me feel insecure.
That's hilarious. Babe, how have you been? How's life?
Chill.
Yeah, that's it's because I know it has not been chill.
It actually has been like for like how, no, I actually mean that for how chaotic and crazy everything is. Like, I don't know. I think people are very envious of my life in the way that I have no responsibilities. I have a job that pays pretty decently as like a single gay person. And it's also very easy and
Yeah.
very flexible. And I have lots of time off.
And being
So
able to work from home.
I literally have a life hack.
Yeah.
But I like, it's never that simple for
Right.
anybody.
Right. Absolutely. I had a DJ gig yesterday. It was very fun. There were some technical difficulties.
But how did they feel about, because you had beef with the producer of the show.
Right. So I'm gonna clarify. First of all, love them. Ricardo is his name.
In case you're listening to the pod, Ricardo,
Yes.
love
I'm
you.
so grateful for the opportunity, and thank you for taking a chance on me, because he's actually the first gig I got when I first started. So like months and months and months ago, even before Laylit and Yalla Party, another party I DJ'd. So I appreciate that he like took that chance. I will say I felt like the technical setup was faulty, and because I was the opener, I took the brunt of like the issues. So we were like troubleshooting as I was DJing. So the first hour, I felt very disappointed because I'm a perfectionist and I know in my head what it sounded like. And that's not what came across. And even though I like grilled every single person who showed up for me, being like, could you notice? And which is annoying. I know that's annoying to do, but I really wanted feedback. And everyone was like, no, I didn't even notice. I'm like, I don't know if you're all lying to me. Like in my head, it was like jarring. Like I could tell something was wrong, you know? But then it got fixed. And I would say the end was solid. Lessons were learned.
I think that everyone's their own artist critic, and it probably wasn't as bad as you think. But also, no one cares as much about the music as much as the DJ. Specifically, okay, so I was at a house party yesterday, and then I turned to a friend of mine, and I was like, because we like at the house party, there's like open decks for like all my friends are DJs, and then one DJ was like playing like the regular gay techno, blah blah blah, and then the next DJ comes on and they're just like playing pop mixes, and then I turned to my friend and I was like, lowkey, fuck techno. Like, actually, it's so crazy how if you're in the techno world, like the snobbery, and it's over beats. It's just noises. Like there's not even fucking words. Like fuck you guys. When people I need to finish. When people are like up doing like trance music, whatever. I don't even know all the fucking types of genres and shit. And then you're curating experience, like it's really not that complicated. Like, yeah, fast music makes me feel excited. Slow music makes me feel sexy or chill. Like, you know what? Like, let's bring it back to basics and like appreciate like there's nothing wrong with playing girls just want to have fun at the club.
Absolutely. I absolutely agree. I think there's a time and place to be silly and to like just inject humor. Like I had a song yesterday that was called Pee on Me, and it's so good. You should look it up. It's literally this like girl in the background being like, "Pee on me." And it's just so good. But wait, where was I going with this? Oh, so I had a whole thing of music set up for this show, and then I advertised it on social media, being like, get ready to like listen to this, like hard techno, because I enjoy techno. And then this promoter, the producer, like responded and was like, no, you ain't doing that. This is not a hard techno gig. And I was like, oh fuck. Like, you're actually asking me 3 days before to change everything. So I did change a lot because I was like mindful. And I guess to his credit and to my like learning opportunity, it does make sense. If I'm gonna start the show like blasting, I think it ruins the next set because they're gonna be playing calm music.
I don't even agree. I don't agree at all.
Yeah, I don't know. I just think I guess
I
it's
think
out of
everything should be
respect.
lined up.
Yeah.
It should all make sense.
Yeah.
But, like, I hate when it's like, yeah, fast, slow, fast, slow, fast, slow. But, like, what was the party called again?
Harder.
Like, okay, I'm not coming to Harder to listen to some slow jams and, like,
Right.
bump grind
Yeah.
and, like, sway in the wind to some trance shit. Like,
Yeah.
I would walk into Harder expecting, like, instant
Hearts.
hardness.
Yeah, that's what that honestly, that was why I picked the tracks that I did. But honestly, also like lesson learned, I should have asked way ahead of time, being like, hey, what's the vibe? Like, what can I play? What should I play? What do you want me to play?
That
But
what you're describing is exactly why I don't do stand-up comedy anymore, and this is why I have a podcast.
like catering to the masses. Yeah. Unfortunately, yeah, if I want to keep getting gigs, I have to do what I'm told.
Or you can just live stream DJ or just, like, film yourself DJing and just, like
That's true.
you're not willing to use your sex appeal enough, I think.
Yeah, I feel like maybe there's a part of me that I mean, I want to prove that I can do it without needing that.
Who cares? Is this world about talent? Is this world about being good? Is this world about literally any fucking skill at all? Look,
Yeah.
like, the meek shall inherit the earth. I learned something fucked up. Elon Musk fucking has,
IVF babies.
all IVF babies. This man can't fuck. He can't fuck at all. And he's so fucking weird and such a fucking little loser. And like, he's gonna kill everybody. And like, we're all gonna die because of some weird virgin.
And then the
Like,
problem is that
like as terrifying as he is, it's kind of fucking hilarious at the same time. Point being is like, what was the original point actually?
about talent, sex appeal.
Yeah, who cares? Use your
Yeah.
sex. It doesn't mean you don't have talent because you could have all the talent in the world and you could just like fucking die a hobo in the streets.
Yeah.
Like no one cares.
Yeah. I want to add about incel Musk that the
Hey,
fact. Go ahead.
should we just like because Elon Musk does have stands, so maybe we should just
Oh yeah. Okay. Let's skip that. But I want to hate on Grimes. The fact that you had 3 IVF children with Musk makes it so much weirder. I thought they were like
Honestly,
children.
it made sense because I never understood how anyone was fucking him. I didn't even know. I was like, oh,
I
because he has
think
lots of
money talks.
no, but he doesn't fuck them.
That's crazy.
That's why they're IVF kids. If he could fuck, he'd probably have.
That's so weird.
I think it's the money. I think he just pays them to hold the babies.
That's
And he's
kind of
like,
that's so fucking crazy. That's like that story of that one OBGYN doctor who had an IVF clinic and he was giving women his sperm. Like instead of the sperm of the donor, and he had like hundreds of children.
oh, they all were getting donor sperm anyway?
No, they were getting his sperm.
No, I know, but like they weren't. It's not
Oh.
like it'd be different if it's
Oh
like
no. Some of them were couples. Yeah.
like it was their partner sperm.
Yeah. And then like
Oh.
many years later, the children made the connection. Look it up. It's like a big story. And it's like that kind of God complex that some men have where they just want to like spread their seed as much as possible is so weird. Anyway, that's not the topic.
Hey, little olives.
Yeah, we're calling you guys little olives. Okay, today's topic, my selection, is fandoms. This is such a broad category and it can go in so many different ways. Also, hi, I'm Ali. This is Khalil. We're the olive people. So I wanted to discuss, what does being a fandom even mean? I grew up I grew up a nerd. Like literally sci-fi, fantasy, Harry Potter type shit, like you name it. Like what about them makes them so obsessive? Why do people love fandom so much?
I think when you're like an ugly, lonely loser, you look for anything to attach yourself to.
Audience, I hope you're hearing this. You're ugly.
But like who else is super religious? Like it's like a religion, right? Like who are the religious people? Who are the priests, pedophiles? Who are the people getting the Deathly Hollows tattooed on them? Loser millennial like
I do
baby
judge people. I do judge people when I see that.
J.K. Rowling, anti-trans. Everyone who's like really invested in fantasy is a
Yeah.
loser. And I love fantasy. The the thing is, it's like, okay, I've actually met it's because it seems like a joke when someone would get upset to the point like, I don't care when people critique the things that I like because I have confidence in myself and, like, the things that I like, and I can acknowledge that the things that I like aren't perfect. But
Mm.
for some fucking reason, you just have people like, I met gay guys who will get upset at, like, drag queens that they stan and being like, "Oh, I don't like this queen a little bit," and they, like, get mad at you for not also liking that thing, and it's like, "You're weird." Taylor Swift fans, like,
Yeah.
it's
The
because you guys
fact
are all
Yeah.
weird losers, sorry, yeah.
Oh, no, 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 no worries. Sorry, I interrupted you. But I agree. I think it takes a level of escapism for you to want to join a fandom or to want to experience that. I mean, hello, like Twilight. I'd say I'm like number one front and center. If there's a Twilight fan account, I'm following it. Like literally.
Twilight episodes out now.
Oh yes. Oh my god, that's so funny. We even have a Twilight episode on my behest. I insisted. So I get it. Like I get the appeal, but I think I do have that awareness, like you're describing, that it is a crutch. It does
Well, that's why I
provide
do
me.
think you're actually you're not a real stan if you're not willing to fight to the death. Like, I like, I'm a Barb, like, there's not a Nicki Minaj verse I don't know, which is not actually true. I know, like, maybe 80% of them,
It's
but
impressive.
because you're willing to say Nicki Minaj is a cokehead married to, like, some crazy fucking rapist, I don't think the Barbs wouldn't consider me Barb enough, but non-Barbs
Mm.
think I'm a Barb.
Yeah. What does she call her husband? Pookie Bear or something?
No, her son is Papa Bear, and I'm sure she calls her husband, like, Big Papa or something weird,
That's so weird.
probably.
Um, but
Sugar
yeah,
daddy bedroom?
come again.
You don't come again, but you don't call, you're not calling John daddy, or John's not calling you daddy?
That is horrendous. He is
Or
saved on my
Baba?
phone. He's saved on my phone as a joke as Baba, but it's a joke. I don't
Yeah,
actually call him that.
that's
But
so funny.
yeah. My dad will text me and his contact is Baba, and then right under it is him, Baba. And it's just funny to me. I'm like, this is hilarious.
You have them both as the same name, that's kinda
No,
dangerous.
no, no. His has an ox emoji next to it. Just
Who has the ox?
my dad. My dad. I meant John. John. That. I'm gonna talk about. I have here written down like dystopian genres. I grew up because I did like AP English and whatever, and we read a lot of dystopian books. And I used to think they were just like
Me
19.
too, by the way, I was also in AP. We didn't all go to international
Hilarious.
schools, but some of us still strived for excellence. You lost your hair along the way.
Did you read 1984 by George Orwell?
Yes.
And like all these other like for
We don't
fair
do orgies.
they do. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
No,
They
like, I think the rise of gays is like orgy porgies, like, where, like, you don't need contraception for that kinda sex. I was actually thinking this, I was at a queer iftar let yesterday, um, and I was like, there's so many people, and I was like, "This is too much." Like, I don't like how this is now. Everybody's a queer Muslim now. It's,
yeah.
like, not as
No, I like that there are more queer Muslims. I like it.
I didn't like it because I just think the way I'm Muslim was not the way a lot of people in that room were necessarily Muslim. Like, not to be Arab centric, but like there was like there's a lot of like white people in that room. Like there was not like I think culture and anyway, culture is important. You can't just like anyway,
Yeah,
speaking of
I guess you might be speaking more culturally because when I joined the Queer Muslims of Boston, I think that was a wake-up call to me of, oh my God, actually Islam isn't Arab-centric. Like
oh
everyone else
god.
was like non-Arab. And so that made me really anyway, yeah, that's a topic for another day. Good topic. But I was gonna
Why did you say that though?
I don't know, I was talking about dystopian novels in 1984, and then you talked
Oh,
about
okay, yeah,
orgies.
gay people are orgy porgies. Anyways,
Yes,
moving on.
yes, 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 yes. Um, so anyway, like growing up, I felt like dystopian work was meant to be educational. Like I didn't realize it would latch on to our society as like a form of entertainment, because then we had that era of like Hunger Games, Divergent, whatever, blah blah blah, where like we craved this like dystopian world. But it's like ironic now that we learn nothing from them.
Life imitates art.
It really does, but I'm like, how silly is this? Like now, for example, there's that Snow White movie where Gal Gadot is like the star, and she's the whole plot is that there's stolen lands. Like the whole plot of that movie is that Snow White is like losing her castle because the switch took it from her dad.
It really makes you think about the psychological psyops that I think Hollywood is up to. Like, I don't know. There's something fishy about that for sure.
Right. And I'm like, wait, so what was the point? Like, and the fact that the casting Gal Gadot, I don't know, everything about it feels so silly.
Gal
And
Gadot, and like her nationality aside, is a terrible actress.
she is. I don't know why they keep
Like,
shoving her in our face.
there's a lot of people who are just like, why are you around?
Right.
But like stands. But Gal Gadot doesn't have stands. Like,
Mm-mm.
there's no like fan force for like whoever that is, you know? Or
Maybe
like
like maybe Wonder Woman.
I don't think people cared about Wonder Woman. I think superhero movies are dead.
I think the era is over. But I will say that like the MCU spanning like literally decades, even though I don't respect it, looking at it from a distance, I'm like, holy shit, that's kind of an accomplishment.
I don't know anything about those people.
Fair, fair. Okay.
Do you?
I did. Yeah, yeah. Because growing up, all my friends were straight. So all we would do is like watch the next Marvel movie, like whenever it was out, which again is kind of like weird and fucked up when you think about it. Like I watched
Were
Captain
they
America.
like did they have like Captain America like fan merch? Like how like we need to talk about real stands. Not just like, oh, straight this is the only thing acceptable thing straight guys could do.
Yeah. I would say they were stands to the sense where they like really cared about the plot, really cared about how they executed things. If something happened on screen that they're like, that never happens in the comics, whatever, blah, blah. I'm like, who cares?
Oh, they would read the comics?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's pretty standy.
Yeah. It was interesting to watch because then you're like, wait, we're consuming propaganda. Like now I'm like, these movies are all silly.
If you were a celebrity, what stand base would you emulate and why?
So my favorite singer is Billie Martin. And I would do what she does, where she has very little contact with her fans, releases her music once every 3 years, does the whole like touring thing, and then disappears.
Okay. Yeah, that's simple.
Yeah.
Like are you doing like meet and greets? Are you if you're stopped in public, are you taking pictures? Like what's the deal?
I think I would I think that would give me too much anxiety, like
So,
talking to
okay,
people.
you're in public. I'm like, "Hey, Ali, big fan of your work. Can I have a picture?" What do you say?
No,
That's it?
no. I'm gonna say, look, I appreciate you for being a
Totally.
okay. I appreciate you for being a fan, but I cannot trust your camera to take a good photo of me.
But I promise it's just one picture. I won't post it anywhere. Like I love you so much. You made me not kill myself. Like
That's so sweet. How about you? How about you Photoshop me into your picture? I am not taking a picture with you. I'm sorry. That's
oh,
okay.
okay. Maybe you'll
Oh.
send me a suicide note, you dick.
Doesn't that actually happen? Like in the wild, people will be like, "Hey, I want a picture," and then when they say no, they like go on a Twitter rampage saying this person said no to me.
You're such a dumb bitch.
Yeah, but it's like they owe you nothing.
But that's why I would be like Doja Cat with my fan base, where I'd be like, I want to
Insulting them.
interact, but I'd be fighting and insulting them. But it's
Yeah.
not, you know, this is the thing. There's a difference between critique that's harsh and an insult. I don't go look at a person and say, "Oh, you fat, dumb, ugly bitch," unless you're being a fat, dumb, ugly bitch. Like, and it's
Mm,
doing something that's like harmful. You know what I
yeah.
mean? If someone's just standing there and I think they're ugly, but they're like a nice, chill, cool person, I'm not gonna like critique them, you know, in any way. But if
Right.
someone's like acting ugly and it's annoying, like for example, I was in an Uber pool or whatever, after the queer iftar heading to the house party. And actually someone from the iftar also got into my Uber. So it's like me and this other girl. And I'm
Mm.
like, oh, nice to be sharing like an Uber with like someone I know. We weren't even talking, but it was just like
Yeah, yeah,
chill.
yeah.
And
Yeah.
then some fucking dumb drunk white guy comes in the front and he's like trying to yap and he's like, you could smell the alcohol.
Mm.
And he was like trying to talk. He was like trying to talk to us in the back. And like we're both looking at our phones, not acknowledging him. And I was like, hey man, I'm just trying to have a ride. And he was just, like, so pressed and so annoying, but it's like, why do you have to impose yourself on other people? But anyway,
Right.
that person, like, is deserving of, like, you know,
A
you should be
critique.
shamed
Yes.
in my world. In my fan world, like, if you're a fan and you come at me incorrectly, I'll be like, "Don't behave like that. That is weird." Other people, if you do that to other people and they're telling you that they like that, they're lying to you. Stop
Yeah.
doing that.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be
yeah,
like, "Your breath smells too, and you smell. Fix it."
yeah. You're gonna be mom.
I don't think moms do that sometimes. I mean, not all
That's
moms.
true. That's
Some
true.
moms think they're like kids shit gold.
That's actually very true. That's very true. I finished this fantasy book called Mistborn. It's a trilogy. Actually, it's a trilogy of a trilogy. I finished it just like 2 days ago. And I was looking up like the author. He's this huge sci-fi person, or not sci-fi, fantasy person called Brian Sanderson. And he has a culty fan base. And the thing is even though I thought the book series was really well done, I kind of have a problem with how misogynistic, or not misogynistic, very clearly written by a white Mormon man, because he's Mormon. And I always wonder, like, do people, like his fans, when they read that, does it do more harm than good? In the sense, like, he was very binary about talking about gender, very, like, I don't know, like, called like women that were like into dresses poofs. It's like, what? Why was that necessary?
What does that even mean?
Like,
If you're into a dressing? Dresses?
if you're into like being a woman, like for example, the main character would be like, there were a bunch of puffs over there, and it's like, why are we bashing on people who are just into glam? I don't
I
know.
don't think you're giving enough context for this to make any sense. Like in this
That's
fantasy world, he's hating on feminine women.
He's hating on women that like to like be girly girls.
Yeah, okay. So, and you think that makes his fans hate girly girls?
I think it just reinforces this like stereotype that men are manly and women are like useless women. I don't know. The main character is a female, but he paints her as like a pick me girl, like not like other girls. Like she doesn't like wearing dresses. She's like wants to be wearing shorts and like a buzz cut type thing. You know that kind of character? I'm like, why is that such a common trope in these kinds of
I'm thinking of
books?
an anime girl. Okay, what was your early memories of Stan
Yeah,
for
who did I stan? I would say probably Billy Martin, that person I was telling you about. I remember the first time I saw her in concert, because she's not that big of an artist. So after the show, she like comes into the audience and just like hangs out. and I was with John. It was in New York. And I went up to her and I was just like, hi, lovely meeting you. We took that picture. And then I took 2 steps away from her and I started bawling. Like literally, John had to carry me out.
Or in front of her? Or like you turned your back?
I turned my back and got, I hope far enough. But I was so shocked by my reaction. And the thing is, I've seen her live now 3 times, and every fucking time. The most recent time was like 2 years ago, a year ago, and I, she was actually in the audience behind me for the opener set. And I turn around and I see her, and then I turn to John and I like tap his shoulder and I'm like pointing back, and then we both turn and look at her and wave, and she waves back, and then she leaves and I start sobbing again.
You feel like because you made her leave?
No, 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 no. It's just because I love her so much. Like I actually am so like she has done so much for me. This is like so weird to say. But like her music
Yeah.
is everything to me. And I don't know, it's such a weird thing to describe because I never thought it would be me, but it's basically like the same reaction as people probably who love Taylor Swift see Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
I tried to be more like contain so that I don't want to throw that at her because she's just a person. And also obviously not the same thing that's in my head. I like love her music. I don't know her as a person, but I don't know. Like every time I see her, it's like in my head, it's that parasocial relationship where we did grow up together, basically. Like she's my age, and I remember listening to her when I was like 16, 15, all throughout like my 25, like 10 years more than
Do you feel like she was writing about her actual experience and you're like, we're both experiencing these things together? Like
I
where
think I
he's
think
saying,
her music resonates with me a lot. Like a lot of what she sings about, I felt like at the time that I was listening to it, especially like her older albums, was during really tough times for me. So I always associate it with that era. So whenever I listen to it now, it kind of like it's like a book where I can like see my life then, and it's like a combination of wistfulness and also pride of like how far I've come, type of thing. Yeah, so anytime I want a good cry, I'll play her music.
I think I'm so art from artist, it's really hard for me to stand the actual person who made it. Like I do understand how songs connecting with emotion and past and certain experiences, but like the person who made that's not really important to me.
But if you saw like Nicki Minaj in person, for example,
I'd be so cool. Like I'd be like, "Hey Nikki, what's up?
okay.
What's good?"
I guess that's fair. I think if I literally met any other kind of celebrity,
It
it
depends on the
will
context too, because also I'm just gonna be pragmatic about it. Like, well, throw a scenario at me.
you're at a coffee shop and
And Nicki Minaj walks in.
yeah, and she's just like, "Hey boo, like can you step aside? I
Behind
need."
me.
Yeah, cuz she's like, "Can you move? I need the sugar over there."
Oh, I would just be like, "Oh, let me pass it to you, Nikki."
Yeah, okay.
I would literally like I would just jump in to be like, "Hey
I
girl, like I need you." Like we're like I'm just gonna be like casual chill about it. Do you know what I mean? And like I'm not gonna pretend like I don't know who she is, but like I'm not gonna like be like it would just be like anybody. Like even if I see someone who has like really cute shoes in public and I'm like, "Oh my God, I think your shoes are so cute." And so I'd be like, "Oh my God, I love your music." And then
Right.
I'd maybe like, say a funny little line or something. Cause sometimes I have verbal diarrhea like that.
Yeah.
Where like, you know, like for example, I was talking to like I never talked to my supervisor at work. We haven't had a meeting in like a year. It's kind of crazy.
Mm.
The last time I spoke to him though, I recalled the time to where we were in office together, which was like 2 years prior to that. I was like, "Hey, so you remember when you told me your stepchild stole your car and crashed it?"
Oh my
And he's like, "Yeah." And I was like, "Oh, like how's he?"
How,
Wait, why the fuck did I say that? Like,
how's
I
the
was just
car? How's he? How's life? That's so funny.
that's the kind of shit sometimes I come up with when I'm trying to be like nonchalant.
Uh,
Just put at anything.
what if you would just like, are you curious about the, I feel like with Nicki Minaj, I would probably, actually, no, I wouldn't. Part of me was like, I'd ask her about the Megan beef, but then I'm like, nah,
I don't care. Honestly, she's just a cokehead. Like, what she's gonna
yeah,
just say some crazy shit that I'm just like, I don't agree. Like,
yeah,
I've seen what she'll tweet on Twitter. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
it's
yeah,
fine. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
What is the line between being a fan and being obsessed?
Oh, interesting. I think it's when you start emulating, either emulating the person you think that the person, like let's say for example Justin Bieber stands. I remember in high school when people were like obsessing over him, and he was everywhere, like on backpacks, on like,
My cousins met Justin Bieber. He was at their house and he played Xbox and they made him McLuve.
wait, what? Who did?
My cousins in Winnipeg.
Really?
This was Justin Bieber when he was like young, like 13, maybe even like early Justin Bieber because their dad or like that part of my family has a lot of clout in Winnipeg. Shout out to Zed Family Food Fair. I wouldn't go shop there, but like no hate.
Yeah.
Don't come for me, come for you.
Okay.
But anyway, they have like some clout because they have some grocery stores or whatever. And then their dad knew his dad. And I guess Justin wasn't that big at the time, right? So it wasn't as big. I can't remember what was out at the time, but like, yeah, there's like I could maybe find a photo somewhere and I'll like throw it up there.
Yes. Wait, that's so weird. That I kind of makes me lose respect for him even more. The fact that he met Palestinian people and still chose to post that
When he
bullshit.
was like 13.
Doesn't matter. If I had experience with any kind of culture at any point, I'll still have a memory of it.
You know
You
what
chose,
experiences he's probably had? Remember when he pissed in the bucket at the Anne Frank Museum or
yeah,
something? And then he
yeah,
said she would have been a believer. Like
yeah.
he's I'm not gonna I didn't want to
Maybe has
he
damaged his
also
brain
has been
cells
severely groomed. Really, really groomed.
by
His weird
Usher.
ass allegedly, his weird ass wife followed him and stalked him to, like,
Mm,
get married to him. They, like, stole I don't know. Someone was telling me about this. I didn't actually even look into it, but apparently what's her name? Haldwin? Haley?
Haley Bieber.
Haley Bieber, she would like book all the same hotels as him, like find what hotels that stay there and like run into him, like some psychological psychop shit. And then there's like this friend was, I believe her, that there's lots of corroborating evidence about this. And even with Justin Bieber and the Diddy stuff that's happening
I
right
was gonna
now,
say that. Yeah,
you see videos of him acting all weird. And then think about this Justin Bieber and Ellen DeGeneres. And
yeah.
Ellen DeGeneres, that bitch,
That
people
bitch
think,
is
oh, she's
horrible.
mean. No, she's not just mean. She's done some crazy shit. She was in the loop with Diddy.
Yeah,
She was
yeah.
around with George Bush at a baseball game. Like she knows politicians, she knows pedophiles, and she was hanging out with Justin Bieber. Like her
Yeah.
she was like milking the titties out of that
Did
skinny
you
cow. You know that
did you see that meme where she's like interviewing a bunch of like leukemia children, all like post chemotherapy, and she's like, "Oh, what time is it? Hey Diddy, I think you should come out." And then it's P Diddy coming out, and all the kids like running up to him and like hugging him, and I'm like, "Oh wow, this did not age well at all."
This is why you don't stand people. You have to
Yeah.
be prepared. Everyone's fucking evil. Everyone's using drugs. Everyone has a team of 1 billion people making their shit. So it's like you don't love Taylor Swift. You love her PR
Music.
team, you love
Yeah.
her marketing team, you love her
Yeah.
graphic design team, you love her plain little voice. I don't know, but like,
Speaking
don't
of
come back.
speaking
Can I say one thing? Can I say
Go ahead.
one thing?
Do
Actually,
it.
this is really
Do it.
important. On stan culture. Okay. So like gays have their pop divas that they stan, like Charlie, Tate McRae, like all of those girlies.
Mm.
To me, they're like, okay, so what I've like established it as, it's like they make cheese pizza music. It's like I like cheese pizza. It's agreeable.
Mm.
It's like nice. It always hits, but it's always kind of like sounds the same. Like, Tate McRae, do you know Tate McRae sports car?
Tate McRae is very much like for the straights.
No, but, like no, there's gays that like her, like, you don't know what you're talking about. But
As in, no, as in like her sound is very much like a regurgitation, just like you're saying, of everything else in the music industry where it's
but
just
okay,
Charlie's
like,
not
okay,
the same.
she
Charlie's
literally all they Camila Cabello.
yes. Like let's compare
Like,
for
Charlie XCX is, like, ooh, elevated to, like, what does she do? Like,
it's different.
what how
Like
no, she sounds like she could be, like,
you're
in
not
the
gonna
Coke
hear
Starships. She could I could s like, the thing is, she could have made lots of Kesha songs, like, she's not that, like
no, I think you're not gonna hear Charlie XCX music in straight clubs. Like that's my litmus test. What would
no,
be
they will play I crashed my car into the
yeah, yeah, yeah.
delusions.
No, 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 not
That's a
that.
Charlie XCX
Yeah,
song,
that was a
and they
long
will
time ago.
it still plays,
Yeah.
at least in Canada. We're, like, behind all the time. Anyway, I need to finish my theory. So I think all of those girls, plus or minus a couple, it's like, yeah, they make cheese pizza music, and at different points of time, they get like employee of the month when they have like the spotlight. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like they're not getting there's it's really hard to be like a legend. Like there's only one person that sounds like Rihanna. There's only one person that sounds like Amy Winehouse. There's only one person that sounds like Adele. Like when you like hear their voice, but sometimes I hear somebody and I'm like, I swear to God, I thought that was this person, or I thought this like I
Mhm.
feel like to me, if there's not enough of like a stark personality thing, I'm just like, why are you a stan of Selena Gomez? Like she's so like white bread. Like I like
Yeah.
a good song, but like holy shit, you're like
Yeah,
that
yeah, yeah.
obsessed.
That I agree with. See, I lump Selena Gomez and Tate McRae in the same bucket. Not to say that their music isn't listenable, but it's like you're saying, like the same. But like for example, Marina and the Diamonds. I feel like if you're familiar with her music, it's different. Like it's pop, but it's different. It's not meant to sound like anything else. Even like Lana, for example. Like somebody like that who their music they do have a specific sound that's not palatable to everyone. You know, like not everyone can be a Lana stan or a Marina stan or a Charlie stan.
So when I'm a Trixie Mattel stan in
I
a
like
loose
Trixie.
term. I I defended Trixie. I don't like Lana Del Rey because of what she did to Trixie when because I know video games because of Trixie Mattel.
No
So that
way.
thing, I didn't know that
That
I didn't
is
know that video
crazy.
games been yours to begin with.
That is
I thought it was
crazy.
Trixie Mattel original song, and then Trixie talked about it later because it's one of her most successful songs, and she talked about how, like, Lana Del Rey just, like, never acknowledged it, and I was like, "Damn," like
I get it though, because Trixie's no offense to Trixie, I do like Trixie a lot. I hated her video game rendition. She turned it country, but it wasn't that nice.
it
Like,
was better. It made it
no,
better.
no,
I was like, "Lana, why can't you, like, lay off the ketamine and speed up a bit?
no, 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 no. I like
Can
ketamine.
someone give her some coke? Like, can she, like"
No, no. I like Lana sedated.
she's not singing opera, though, it's just so soft and wispy, it's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I can tell you're, like, getting upset. See,
No,
you're
no, no, no. See, I totally don't care, but I just think, like, if you give did you know that there's a Tunnel Under Ocean Boulevard, that album, a proper listen where you read the lyrics? I'm like, girl, you do deserve credit. That is poetry. Like, it's really good. But I understand that it's not everyone's cup of tea, and that's kind of why I like her. The music she makes doesn't necessarily isn't meant to be like a mainstream hit. Like she has a 7-minute song where there's no chorus in that album. You know what I mean? Like it's that clearly meant to be just like what it is. But anyway, I had two thoughts. Going back to the media and PR thing that you were talking about, how like we're really twisted into seeing people based on who their team is, like how they curate them. And I really started noticing it maybe this year, last year. Are you familiar with the whole what's Ryan Reynolds' wife's name?
I'll just Google it.
She's Serena from Gossip Girl.
Okay, keep going.
Anyway, she released a movie with this other actor called Justin
Lee
Baldoni.
Lively.
Yeah, Blake Lively. She released a movie with this guy called Justin Baldoni like a year ago or a couple months ago. And there was a lot of press around that, accusing Blake Lively of being unkind, unfriendly, kind of
Mm.
rude, and like showing her in interviews saying like rude shit. And it was everywhere. Like it was everywhere. Even on my feed, like I'd be scrolling and I'd see 10 videos of people shitting on Blake Lively. And then it comes out that it was Justin Baldoni's marketing team pushing this agenda that she's horrible because she threatened to sue him for sexual harassment. He
Like
like
a Donnie Depp and Amber or whatever.
exactly,
Those were
exactly.
like PR wars.
Exactly. Obviously, I'm not saying Blake Lively is like an angel. She's probably as horrible as they're depicting her, but it is still a marketing scheme.
All I will say about dealing with celebrities and their evil shit, it's like you play with shit, you get with shit.
That's true. Like you sign up for
You know what I
this.
mean? Like, I think it's like, okay, I guess it's like I'm victim blaming a little bit, but like if you're gonna be like a little clout chaser and you run to LA and you want to get involved with like a movie star and you're some hotly young thing, whether you're a guy or a girl, like again, like maybe you have talent, but tits and ass help. Having like being sexy helps. Like, you know what? Like I just like I don't think it's right, but it's like it is what it is. It's not changing anytime soon. I don't even think it should change. I don't even think it should necessarily exist. But it's like if you're gonna go participate in that, it's like don't be stupid.
So then what about us, for example, doing this podcast where we are inviting similar to the listeners? Khalil did the tongue sticking out, I don't care. But you never know, like you never know the ramifications of
I don't think I'm going Hollywood. And if I did go, I don't think it just wouldn't happen. They would literally like the powers that be would just
that's
like
true.
and also it's not the same, like it's not the same thing. It would never happen for me, and it's just like not it wouldn't happen. It just wouldn't.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like if I was invited to the P. Diddy parties, I 1,000% know in my mind I would walk in, I would check it out, and I would probably just be like, I'd be like, this is absolutely fucked.
Yeah.
I don't want to I know I have nothing to chat about with these people. I don't want to do drugs with these people. I don't like and I'm really not about clout.
Yeah.
I'm actually like maybe I say that now, but like I don't think so. I'm pretty solid, I would say.
I want to say, I
Like
think, sorry, go ahead.
like I don't know. Like I said, I think I'm pretty casual, and like even if you're like the Queen of England slash like some rando, like I'm not gonna like kiss your ass.
Right. Right. I think I feel the same way mostly because, yeah, just like you said, I don't really need anything from them or want anything from them. But like I
Uh-huh.
remember, you're familiar with Hassan Piker, the podcast person, the Turkish guy.
Apparently, he's a nepo baby and a bad person. I just want to put that out there.
I don't know if that's true, whatever. But he was talking about a story where he had a girlfriend at the time who got invited to a Diddy party, but the requirement was that she go without her boyfriend.
He is a nepo baby.
I also don't care. By the way, I don't have an issue with nepo babies.
You're
Like the
just
thing
like
is like, what are you supposed to do? Like, if you're a rich and famous person, you want the best for your children. So I get it. Like, I get them getting their foot in the
is the
door
best for your children being a famous streamer.
if
Like
that's
this
what
is
they want.
But is it but, like, it's not it's just, like, not f it's just annoying. It's, like, so it's, like the thing is, okay, fine, it can happen, fine, everyone has rights, but why are we, like, in this mentality where we're, like we're so primitive in, like, a dynastic way? Like, for example, in Canada, we elected, um,
Justin
Pierre
Trudeau.
Elliott
Or, yeah,
Trudeau,
yeah,
and then we later had Justin Trudeau. Like, and, if we have fucking his son, Xavier Trudeau, in however many goddamn years, like, I will shoot myself
yeah.
because it's, like it just says to me, like, people don't have that much taste. Like, I don't really hate Hassan Piker that much, but at the same time, like, okay, his political stance, I like the agenda he's pushing, whatever. But like, why? Like, sometimes I'm just like, why were you friends with all these shitty people before? How did you become friends with Ethan Klein? W- like it kind of does sometimes. It's like when people are like when you're, like, attention seeking and, like, that's how you make your money and that's how you sustain a lifestyle, like, he's not living like how I'm living right now. Like, let's say this podcast popped off, right? If I still live like I live now, it wouldn't matter if it dipped down because my lifestyle hasn't changed. But for him, he has a big mansion, blah, blah, blah. So he's kind of invested in keeping attention on him. And that's where it's like, I think you become kind of shisty in that way.
That's
Nothing to
fair.
do with maybe, but like I'm saying, like, I think a lot of the bad shit that people talk about him comes from that.
That's fair. And I obviously I don't know enough about like Hassan or what his story is, but I think the point about like the Nepo baby thing that I wanted to make was that I
Right.
think there's a very important distinction to be made. There's a difference between a Nepo baby and a child that is being abused for the parents' privilege. In the sense, like, I think Mary Kate and Ashley were abused in the sense that they were children who were forced to act because their parents wanted money. But somebody like Kim Kardashian and Northwest, for example, Kim Kardashian doesn't need Northwest to be famous. Like, she is a billionaire. She's doing it because Northwest has shown interest and is allowing her to explore that. Obviously, we can criticize the way that she's doing it, but do you get what I'm saying? There's a big difference here. Like, Kim
Yeah.
Kardashian isn't actively saying, Northwest, you gotta do this, you
The
know?
only annoying part, like, hypothetically, it's like when there's a nepo baby involved, it's like you take a spot from someone else who will, like, never have the chance
That's fair.
otherwise.
But you know what? That's
It's like
life.
and it's like, don't say it's like, it's not necessarily because you're talented, it's not necessarily because you're
Right.
smart. You know what I mean? It just goes back to the thing where it's like, the world is not like sex like, that's what I mean, like, use your titties and don't feel bad about it because it's like,
Right.
other people, they use their uncles,
Right. No,
not
by the
like
way, but yeah. But by the way, no, that's literally how the world works everywhere. Like it's just like you're saying, like unfortunately, it is the way of the world. But again, if I had that privilege, I would use it. Like if I become successful, I would want my children to have an upper hand. I'm not gonna.
I would use it, but I would be honest and I'd be fair about how I present myself. I just don't
Yes.
I know someone who's a Diplo baby where their mom was like a
Ambassador.
I'm not ambassador, but like senior working in the ambassador like space. So they were like around the world. And I just feel like they hide it because this person's trilingual. And it's like, bitch, you don't just speak 3 languages because you're super intelligent and well read. It's because your mom's a fucking diplomat. Like, shut the fuck up. You didn't earn
But he still learned it.
no, you were just put in the environment and that's what you did. That's you just grew up. You don't get a trophy for growing up where your parents took you.
That's fair. I'm trying to think like no, that's fair. You're right. They're presented with opportunities that others aren't, which doesn't
I
mean
could
that
go French too if my dad fucking up and went to France to work. I'm
right.
not a fucking idiot. I have to go talk to people.
But I guess what is the issue with them knowing multiple
Not
languages
the
because
issue,
of the
but like
privilege?
it's just that it's like when you say, "Oh, I speak 3 languages," and then you let people be like, "Oh my god, that's so impressive." Blah blah. Blah. I'd be like, "Oh, I grew up in all these places,
Right.
so I speak these languages."
I see. I
It's just
see.
like there's a subtle difference, and that's the point. What does this have to do with fan culture again? We just
I
like
don't know. Anyway, the second thought that I had is completely unrelated to stan culture, but it was a funny story that I remembered. In the Middle East, I grew up in Kuwait. There's this famous place that if you're from Kuwait, you'll know. It's called Rihab. It is the black market. And speaking, it kind of related to stan culture. Me and a lot of my friends who were like super into video games would go there to buy video games because most of them were banned in Kuwait. So I would take my dad and we would go to the same place that they probably sell guns and prostitutes to buy video games. And that is just a wild memory that I unlocked while thinking of things for this episode, even though it's
it's like
unrelated
the
to it.
Walmart for like all the haram shit.
No, literally. And the funny thing is, it's the front would be like they sell chandeliers.
Nice.
And then you go in and you're like, do you have God of War? Like, yeah, that's the video game. Because
Yeah.
it depicts God, so it's like haram.
That's so funny that like all the like how the black market work. I mean, I've heard about alcohol dealers and stuff too
Yeah,
from
they exist. Did you know that like a bottle of like Tito's vodka is like $300 in Kuwait?
Yeah, you know, bottles of that alcohol is also $300 in, like, clubs. Like, straight clubs, when people go clubbing, straight people, and they do bottle service, those bottles are hundreds, if not thousands of dollars. Like, I'm not even joking, it's so pathetic.
That's insane. Is it
I know.
just for like the status?
It's the like, a status thing, it's, like, really we're so primal sometimes.
We really are. We really, really are.
So wait, can we just actually list who we've stand? Like,
Who
just
stands? Okay.
like, go
I
say we
stand most recently Addison Rae, Lana Del Rey, Billy Martin. She's not like a famous person, so I don't think that counts. It has to be a famous person, right?
just list who you say stan. You
Okay.
whoever you put by stan, whatever you feel.
Um,
Say you I feel like I'd not recognize the name Billy Martin for some reason.
because I wore her shirt in
No,
that
like,
cooking episode.
I think Billy Martin's, like, not that not famous.
Okay. See, that makes me happy for her.
Let
Like
me
I
look
want
at
her to
let me look them up, Mart with an E?
Billy Martin. Billy,
Bitch, they have 1.2 million monthly listeners on Spotify.
I knew her when she had 10,000 listeners on Spotify, okay?
Her top Spotify song has 84 million streams, and you're like,
Wow.
"Yeah, just some underground, like."
I really knew her when she only had an EP and nothing else.
Okay, yeah, I get it. You were with her from the beginning, you love her.
Yes, I love her. But no,
So
close.
Billy Martin is in that list.
Okay, she is. She makes it. Love you, Billy. Please
Don't
acknowledge
hurt
me. By
me,
the way, oh my God, something so embarrassing. When October 7 happened, I actually slid into her DMs and like wrote this whole it's so embarrassing. I wrote this whole thing being like, can you acknowledge like this genocide? Like I
Yeah,
need to know that I really needed to know. And then a couple weeks later, she posted a couple of things about like vote for parliament for like people because she's from the UK for like a
yeah.
ceasefire, blah blah blah. So that like completely made me go,
Would
whew.
she reach her age?
No,
Oh.
she's never read
Have
any
you
of my
met
messages.
this before?
Who?
Monet Exchange.
Oh, that's cool.
I know it's active beef because I was like, "Fuck you, bitch, talk about Palestine." Actually, like, "Fuck you," like, I have a screenshot of all of the fight, obviously, but she was
Cool.
pretty much just, "Fuck you, you, like, dumb bitch," and I was like, "Bro, like, why would you talk to me like that?"
Wait,
Like,
didn't you just say you would talk to your fans like that? If a fan came up to you and was
if
like,
my fans no, listen, if my fans were like, "Fuck you, you just did something that, like, supported, like, something that I don't like that's, like, killing my people," even if I was like, because 'cause I'm a pragmatic person, like, I have a fucking iPhone, like, I'm sorry, kids in the Congo, like, I do like, I'm not in supportive of that, but, like, I whatever. Point being is I would never respond like that. I would be like, you know, I'm really sorry, like, that is a like, that's an
"Mm,
unfortunate reality of, like, whatever. I wouldn't come from a place of defensiveness because, bitch, I have money, I have fame, like, why am I gonna what do I care what you have to say about me? Like, I'm sorry
yeah,
you think shit. I think you're a piece of shit. Like,
yeah."
it doesn't need to be said that much. Like, it's not like
Right.
it's
No,
not
I
that.
get that. I get that. You're right. When you're on the end of like you're the famous person, it becomes different. Like not yesterday, I actually got my first hate comment on one of my Instagram posts. Somebody, I think it's because people were like posting about that I had this DJ set. So this guy posted under one of my posts, "Wow, uh, harder and Ramadan and a gay Muslim. Clap, clap,
Oh,
clap." Like it was like multiple claps. I just blocked delete like immediately. As in, like, you're right, it is so easy to just not there. I don't know this person, I don't care.
I
But
feel like the thing is, Monet Exchange, you're a miserable bitch because, like, only a miserable bitch would take the time out to fucking say something to my, like, little broke gay ass about.
but maybe she was saying it as like, fuck you, ha ha ha. Like she was just emulating your
Oh, we serious because we went back and forth.
oh
We
you
went
did.
back and forth, and then it also went onto Twitter. It's just
Oh
whatever.
wow.
Anyway,
That's
so
beef.
okay, wait, you need to
Who do
okay, you
oh
need to each list who we stan.
okay. Addison Rae, Lana Del Rey, Billy Martin, Marina and the Diamonds, Florence and the Machine. I can't think of anything else, so I guess that's it. I'm gonna stop.
All of them, right? Like if you stand them, you would have remembered.
Yeah, exactly. What about you?
I stand. Okay, I stand female rappers.
All
Like
of them?
I will defend and every female rapper.
What do you mean you cannot say that? That's like saying I love
I
all black
have
people.
rules. You can't police my speech. A cab.
You have to tell me exactly who you stand. You can't just stand.
All of them. Like I stand Alabama Barker and Bad Baby. I stand Little Kim and Nicki
Bad
Minaj.
Baby.
Do you know who? Oh my god, you don't know about any female rap. Like Bad Baby's a legend.
Wait.
Gucci flip flops. Fuck you, hit your bitch in my socks.
Yeah, you're talking. I can't believe you're talking about her.
I'm talking about her. Recently, she released some
I
diss
just
tracks.
googled her.
They're pretty legendary. Listen to like, I mean, I don't know. You have to like rap to understand what I'm talking about.
I
But
do
if you're
like rap.
a rapper, I stan you.
Okay, fair.
Like I'm like I'm such a when I if I like an art form, if I really like an art form, like I just like even if your rap's shitty, I just like I love that you're contributing. And I'm like,
Mm,
even if it's shit, I'm like, no one should ever like squash your star because it's like we need it.
interesting. Okay, okay.
Yeah, but like okay, but I do I want to list other things. So like, female rap in general, but more specifically, I stand Little Kim, Nicki Minaj, Trixie Mattel. Oh, baby Morocco.
Yeah, I
I
love
stand
him.
Morocco hard.
Love him.
I stand Chase Icon.
Wait, do you know if he's wait, sorry, don't interrupt. Keep
I
going.
think he might be gay. I don't know.
No,
He's
no,
bisexual.
because I was gonna say, do you think he's pro-Palestine? But I don't know if not that that makes
Your
sense.
name's Baby Morocco. I think if you're Jewish and you're like for Israel, like
You
a lot
would say that.
any Jewish people who were Arab were like de-Arabized and made to feel shame for
Yeah,
wherever they actually came from and the languages that they spoke.
yeah.
So if his name is Baby Morocco, he doesn't have that affinity for Israel.
You're right.
Per-
You're right.
like,
I do think his album is probably one of the best albums of the year. The like a pop album specifically.
yeah, I'm just like, okay, like you're
Yeah,
like sexy and you know it and it's fun.
yeah.
Um oh, okay. And I also stand so my Billy Martin is a real Billy Martin. There's this artist in like
Okay.
but like I really love his music and it like I caught it I really relate to it blah blah and then we became really good friends. But then he's also just like a white person. He's very flaky,
Mm,
like is not doesn't really contribute to community. I think is like not aware of capitalism and like how it affects us, which is like a lot of people unfortunately, but like you know what I mean? Like it's giving NPC, but
yeah.
this NPC like really makes good music.
Mm,
Um, and like I definitely stand Peter Harder. Like if you're listening at this point, look him up on Spotify. Great, like love songs, like pop love songs.
mm.
But the thing is, my music taste is also bad. Like my taste in food is bad, or my taste in like I think I have a low vibrational taste level of stuff.
I think everyone is different. I
No,
think
I'm just personally speaking. Like I just like I like
I mean
things that are like
your tea is valid. Your non-binary
it's
tea is valid.
like I love Little Woman Atlanta and I love listening to like Tate McRae and I
Mm,
like eating fried chicken.
I see. I think what you're describing is like almost like if I'm high, like like if I'm smoking weed, I want to consume things that are palatable.
No, I'm not. That's how I've always been. Like I'm
Okay.
not like autistic or anything. Like I like complex foods. I'm just saying when it comes to music specifically, I'm not like I don't really care that much. You know what I mean? Like I don't want to listen to a
Yeah.
ballad.
Right.
I don't want to like
I get it. I get it. To each their own.
was that the episode on stands?
I think that was Stan's slash whatever else that was.
We made it through.
Yeah, I have no idea what that was. It can be one of the miscellaneous episodes, like an episode where it's just us talking, talking, talking.
I think we talked enough about stands.
Okay, good.
Counting it.
Yeah, so thank you guys for watching. Lil Olives. Yeah. Follow us wherever you follow us. Watch us wherever you watch us.
Find us wherever you type the Olive People. I believe we're just like on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and YouTube primarily. Please share the shorts, share the reels,
Comments.
engage, rate the podcast.
Yeah.
And yeah, suck on these titties.
Yeah. Okay. Bye.
Bye.